Hi, my name is Hannah Isrami, and tonight I played The Wretched by Chris Bissett. It's a super fun, alien-inspired solo tabletop game, and I had a great time. We did lose one of the cameras, so there's only one angle for the first few minutes, but the rest of it should be as normal. And if you guys need coffee for your tabletop game nights, visit manyworldstavern.com. Day 1, salvage ship The Wretched. Flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. The other members of the crew are dead and the engines remain non-operational. The ship integrity remains good and life support systems are still active. I successfully jettisoned the intruder from the airlock, but it remains alive and continues to try to access the ship. With a little luck, I can repair the distress beacon and someone will pick me up. This is Hannah, the last survivor of The Wretched, signing off. Okay, that's a 3. So that's clubs, which represents the crew. You're reminded of the people you lost and the reality you are sharing space with their remains. And it's a 2. So you found the journal of one of your crewmates. What thing from home were they missing? Okay. So yeah, I think I'm just trying to walk around, find stuff that can maybe help with this situation, and looking through some of their lockers. Queen of Hearts. So hearts represent your ship's systems, life support, water purification, and the like. When you draw a heart, you are interacting with them in some way, doing essential repairs or booting up a system that was previously dormant. Queen is the door lock system fails while you were in the bridge and you have to spend a few hours forcing the doors open so you can get out, pull from the tower. Dang, okay. Should I go the easy way or just, wow, okay. There we go. Okay, then, oh yeah. Forgot how to play Jenga for a second. Okay, 5 of diamonds. Diamonds represents your ship's physical structures. When you draw a diamond, you are physically engaging with the ship, patching up the holes, sealing doors behind you, or accessing new areas. So diamond. 5. You access one of the lander modules and hope that you can use it to escape the ship, but the asteroid that struck before your engines failed damaged it beyond repair. You jettisoned it into the black in the hope that it will distract the creature, pull from the tower. Okay. So now I do my log. Day 2, salvage ship The Wretched, flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. Today I was going back through the crew cabins to try to find anything that could possibly fix this situation. And I stumbled upon the journal of one of the junior engineers on the ship. He was really excited to have this job, and first one out of school and everything. I remember he was good at it. Could probably actually use his help right now. Several setbacks today. I got stuck in the bridge for about 4 hours. The failing electrical systems keep opening and closing the doors, and the door locked behind me, and I had to spend about 4 hours trying to get that open. And one of the lander modules was just completely shot from the asteroid hit. So sent that off and kind of cut my losses. Hopefully it will keep the creature from trying to get back in tomorrow. This is Hannah Ajrami, last survivor of The Wretched, signing off. Day 3. Again, 3 cards. Okay. King of Spades. The past few nights you have been dreaming about the creature. What happens in your dreams? Do not discard. Place it where you can see it. And if I draw 4 of these, the game is over. So that's fun. Ace of Diamonds. After a short but terrifying EVA, you manage to boost the range of the Wretched's antenna. How did you ensure that the creature would not attack you while you were outside the ship? Pull from the tower. Do not discard this card. Instead, put it to one side so you remember you have drawn it. When the distress beacon is active, a roll of 5 or 6 is sufficient to remove a token from it. So we'll put these over here. Okay. Pull from the tower. Okay. And last I did pull another king, but it was the King of Hearts. You hear a skittering, scraping sound in the air vents, and you fear the creature or something else may have got aboard the ship. How will you make sure you don't attract its attention? And yeah, if I draw 4 of these, that's also bad for me. So, okay. So now I will do my log. This is day 3, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. Little bit of a win today. I worked on the beacon for several hours, and it seems like I'm making some progress, but it's really hard to tell. On the other hand, the effects of the creature are getting worse. I barely slept at all last night. I kept hearing this banging in the vents and this like scratching at my bedroom door. I think I'm gonna have to move where I'm sleeping. I started dreaming about it. I don't know. Maybe I just need a good night's sleep. This is Hannah Ajrami, final survivor of the Wretched, signing off. New day. That's a 6, baby. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ace of clubs. I think aces are generally good, hopefully. Okay, so clubs are crew. While rummaging through the crew quarters, you found a tool you've been in need of. What was it? The next time you are told to pull from the tower, you may choose not to. Awesome. Okay. 3 of hearts. Hearts is the systems. While you slept, the fire suppression system was activated. What caused the fire, and how will you make sure it doesn't happen again? Pull from the tower. Okay. Fire suppression system is activated. Great. 3 of diamonds. After you threw the creature out of the airlock, it spent hours trying to get through the windows of the observatory deck, the only glass on the ship. You fear their integrity has been compromised, so you spend an hour reinforcing them by welding sheets of metal over the inside. Pull from the tower. This has already gotten bad for me. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Okay. Jack of spades. The creature can survive out in the cold black of space where nothing should be able to live. Is it coming into your territory to destroy you, or is it simply defending its domain? Pull from the tower. Okay. 10 of spades. You find something left behind by the creature, blood or a body part or something you can't quite explain. Describe it. Pull from the tower. Okay. Last but not least, 8 of clubs. Which member of the crew jumped into harm's way to try and protect the others, and how much time did it buy you all? Okay, so we have crew member protecting us, found something of the alien, the fire suppression system. I found a good tool. That was 3 of diamonds. reinforcing the observatory deck, and is it defending its domain? This is day 3, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer Hannah Ajami reporting. Today was a long one. I still have not been sleeping well. I dreamt about the monster again and went to go take a walk to settle my mind, and in doing so found blood on the bridge. I think it's blood. It's not red or liquid, but I just have a feeling that it's from the creature. I think it's attracted to the observation deck. It's one of the only glass areas on the ship. Couldn't get that out of my mind. So I spent about half the day reinforcing the glass with scrap metal that I found in other places. Got interrupted briefly because the fire suppression system went off. I think when I rebooted electrical, I didn't do it perfectly. This isn't my forte. And I think it started an electrical fire over by the kitchen. So I had to spend a little bit more time rewiring things again, and then going back to finish the reinforcements. Luckily, I decided to take a detour through the crew cabins once again. Stubbed my toe on the exact piece of welding equipment that I'd been needing, so that ended up helping out a lot. Shout out to the junior engineer. He's one of the only ones that I thought would make it with me when the captain decided that he was going to draw the creature off when it got in. Bang on the walls, yelling his head off. Bought us about 15 minutes, but it was enough. The kid made it with me to the airlock controls, but... Well, anyways, I find myself wondering if... I don't know, I mean, it's a predator, right? Like, maybe I'm just in its territory. Maybe if I could find a way to move. But then why do I feel like I'm in a zoo? I don't know. This is the last surviving member of the Wretched, Hannah Ajami, signing off. Got another 6. Okay. 9 of diamonds. Your gravity drive fails. It's a long, slow process for dragging yourself over to it with no gravity and a long day fixing it, but you manage to get it back up and running, pull from the tower. But I'm actually going to use my ace. Forgot to keep that. And not pull from the tower this time. 10 of clubs. One of the crew died while holding a teddy bear his daughter gave him. What was the bear's name? Okay. 6 of clubs. One of the crew told you all about a terrible dream they had a few days before the creature came. In hindsight, they were having a premonition of what was about to happen. Why did you all ignore them? Okay. 9 of spades. Despite the thick hull of the ship separating you from the creature outside, you somehow know when it is near your section of the ship. How? Queen of diamonds. You spend a day taking the engine apart completely and putting it back together in an attempt to fix it, but you're not sure exactly how to do that, and you suspect that you may have caused more damage than you fixed. Pull from the tower. Do not replace this block at the top of the tower. Remove it from the game instead. Okay. 9 of hearts. The proximity alarms keep sounding because the creature is on the outside of the ship. You had to disable them. Pull from the tower. This is day 5. Day 5, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. It's getting worse. I don't think I've slept more than a few hours at a time in the last 5 days. The creature is spending more time close to the ship. I don't know how I know that, but I can feel it, like it's breathing down my neck. I mean, there's also the proximity alarms, which keep sounding because the creature keeps staying in the boundaries of the ship, which is another reason why I haven't been able to sleep. I just decided to cut my losses and shut them off. Not that it's really helped so much. I went to the crew cabins again. Thought, with the luck I had last time, maybe I'd find something helpful. But I just ended up finding Mary's daughter's teddy bear. She told me it was called Big because that was really the only word her kid knew by the time she left. Big, small, up, down, those kinds of things. And she'd been given it because it was supposed to keep her safe. I've been thinking a lot about the crew lately, and I'm remembering that before the creature attacked, before everything went to hell, people were having dreams. Weird dreams. Dreams kind of like the one I've been having, where you don't really see anything. You're just walking through the ship, but it feels like something's chasing you. And I know that people have those kinds of dreams all the time, but it was weird enough that I remember now. We all kind of laughed it off as, being in deep space for so long, but maybe they were onto something. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I think that's all for today. I'm just going to try to maybe sleep some more tonight. This is Hannah Ajrami, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off. 4. Seven of clubs. Before the creature came, you were in the very early stages of pursuing a relationship with another member of the crew. What was the last thing you said to them, and why do you regret it? Jeez. 6 of hearts. Your scanner keeps showing a large object that periodically disappears from the screen, only to show up again a few hours later. Is there something out there, or is it a glitch? 5 of hearts. You've been finding it harder and harder to catch your breath, and it eventually dawned on you that the oxygen system had shut itself off. You fixed it, but what caused it to break? Pull from the tower. Four of hearts. Your comm systems blinks into life, picking up garbled chatter from far-off vessels. It falls silent before you can signal to them what they're saying. Jeez, okay. So comms, oxygen, something on the scanners, and relationship. Day 6, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. So the sleep thing hasn't been going well. I turned off the proximity alarms, but the scanners are still active, and there's something that moves in and out of the area over and over again. I maybe naively thought it was a glitch the first few days, but I think I can guess what's setting them off. I'm going to chalk it up to lack of sleep, but it took me a few hours to realize the oxygen systems had failed today. It wasn't until I was literally gasping for breath that it dawned on me. So I had to take a break from, you know, the whole escape plan thing to go fix that. And then I started thinking about Courtney. She was new, you know, she'd never done a deep space mission before. I don't know, we kind of hit it off. Started hanging out on the flight, and she would come visit me in my office and stuff when she had her break. We'd eat lunch together. I haven't found her body yet, but I'll be honest, I haven't really been looking. So I think the hardest part of today was I actually picked up a signal on the comms just for a second. They were talking about the asteroid field and that they would have to change their flight plan. And I ran to the radio as fast as I could, but disconnected before I could link up with them. That means people are around, right? So this is Hannah Drami, last surviving member of the Wretched, signing off. 6 again. Okay. 2, 3, 6. Okay. King of Diamonds. Oh, I forgot kings are bad. When you launched the creature out of the airlock, you couldn't steal it again. Every now and then the creature comes back to that hole in the side of your ship, scratching and prying at the single internal door that separates you from the cold black of space. How do you react to this? I don't know, guys. It's not looking good for me. This is the 8 of Diamonds. A fire starts in one of the engines while you were attempting to get the ship going again. You are forced to jettison it. Pull from the tower. Ooh. Jenga has never been this stressful. Okay. Hey. Alrighty. That was 8 of Diamonds. Okay, 5 of Clubs. You've been carrying a rifle with you for a few days now. You pried it out of the cold grip of a dead crewmate's hands. How did that make you feel, and do you think the rifle will be effective if you need to use it? 4 of Diamonds. The creature detaches one of the habitat modules and sets it adrift in space. You manage to seal off that area of the ship before the creature can gain real access. Pull from the tower. Okay. So detached a habitat module, found a rifle, and had to jettison an engine. It's a bad day. 10 of Hearts. The life support system keeps making an unhealthy grinding noise and you don't know what the problem is. What will you do if it fails? Jeez. Okay. Queen of Spades. Oh, and then the Queen of Spades. I don't know if I read that one. What do you imagine the creature calls itself? Okay, calls itself. Jettisoned an engine, rifle,
habitat modules, and life support systems.
Day 6, I think. Salvage ship the Wretched. Field engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. There's been a lot of bad days since an alien creature forced its way onto a spaceship I was on and killed the entire crew. But today really is really up there. I've been working on the engines for about a week now. I thought I was finally making some progress, and one of them caught on fire. Luckily, I'd gotten the suppression systems back up, so I didn't have to worry about dying, but I did have to jettison it. On the bright side, maybe that'll distract the creature for at least a few days, but I don't know, I'm not super hopeful. The creature has been a little more aggressive lately. Today it got into one of the habitat modules. I was trying to work on the life support systems because it's been making a grinding noise for the last 6 hours or so, which, well, it wouldn't be great if those failed. I'm already not an expert on these kinds of systems, and if those went down, I have, I don't know, 3 cans of oxygen. I don't know what I'd do about food. So I was working on that and the alarms went off. The alien had broken into one of the habitat modules. I barely had enough time to seal it and send that off as well. Hopefully, that buys me a little bit of sleep tonight, but we'll see. But honestly, I think the worst part was that I found Courtney today. I was digging through one of the old supply closets. I know we used to keep some toolboxes back there, and found her body. She was holding a rifle, so I've been carrying that around. But, I mean, it didn't save her, so. I wonder if this thing has been, categorized by anybody yet, I know space is still a new frontier and all, but someone's got to have heard of this, right? I don't know. I don't know. I need to sleep. Hopefully with the creature a little bit further away, I'll manage it. This is Hannah Ajrami, last surviving member of the Wretched, signing off.
I'm getting all even numbers so far. Okay. 8 of hearts. What does it feel like to look at the sensors and the monitors and see nothing? How does it feel to know that you may never see land or light or have a conversation again? Jeez. 10 of diamonds. With the climate control on the fritz, mold could spring up on some of your food stores. You can't fix it, so you just seal that locker up and hope that nothing affects the rest of your supplies. Full pull from the tower. I wonder if I could karate chop one of these pieces, Okay. Jack of Hearts. Spend a day climbing around in the engines, doing basic maintenance and trying to figure out what needs to be done to get the ship moving again. You end the day as clueless as you began. Pull from the tower. 3 of spades. Describe the way the creature moves across the outside of the ship. Pull from the tower. Okay. So the creature moves across the outside of the ship. I'm never going to see or talk to anybody ever again. I spent the day climbing around the engines, didn't learn anything. And my food might be eaten by mold. Cool. Day 7, salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. I don't know how much longer I can make this work, if I even am making it work. I thought, I should take some time. Maybe I could go through the engines. I don't know, maybe there's just like a big red power button I'm missing or something. But that ate up about half my day, and I don't know anything more than I did when I started. So that was great. The climate control has started malfunctioning. It's cold enough that I have to wear a down coat full time. The food could rot now. So if the extraterrestrial creature doesn't kill me, starvation might. It's just getting harder and harder to even get past the little things at this point. I did manage to sleep a little bit more last night, but the creature is definitely back. I can hear it climbing around the external structures. These might be my last words. I haven't seen another person for 7 days. Well, living person. And maybe I never will. This is the last surviving member of the Wretched, Hannah Ajrami, signing off. 3. Okay, Ace of Diamonds. Wait, Spades, sorry. You find a way to distract the creature from its attempts to gain access to the ship. What is it? If you have previously drawn the King of Spades, you may shuffle it back into the deck. Hey. We love that. What if it goes right back on top? That would be so sad. Okay. 7 of Diamonds. The many skirmishes with the creature caused a huge amount of internal structural damage. You spend a day tracking down all the issues you can find and fixing them as best you can. Pull from the tower. Mm-hmm. Okay. 9 of clubs. Make a list of the 5 best hiding places on the ship in the event that you need to use them. Cool. Okay. Sorry, I forgot what the spade one was. Find a way to distract the creature. Huge amount of structural damage. And hiding places. Okay.
Day 8. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. Yeah, the ship is, bad shape is putting it mildly. I mean, we fought off an alien creature and lost, so a lot of stuff is broken, more than I know how to fix with my training. I spent the majority of today just doing damage control. I just need to keep these systems online for as long as possible. I don't know if fixing the engines is a possibility at this point, but I mean, what the hell else am I going to do, you know? I did have one small win today. I figured out how to selectively set off the proximity alarms, so I managed to sort of breadcrumb the creature away from my immediate working space, which kind of helps me think a little bit clearer. So I managed to, make some progress. I have to start thinking about worst case scenarios now. I mean, every day I feel like I'm fixing something else to keep the creature on the outside, and honestly to keep me on the inside. I guess if the creature gets in, there's a few places I can try. I mean, the only reason I got this far is because I thought to hide in the food stores. I don't know if it can smell, but I mean, it didn't find me. So, of course, opening the door to the food stores might rot them, which would then leave me with no food, but that's a future consideration. And of course, if the creature knows me, which I'm starting to think it does, it might check there. There are some little nooks and crannies I found in the engine room trying to make repairs, so those are options. I've set up some areas with some really mediocre traps if need be, but that's another place I can go, and there's always the good old hide under the bed trick. The most gruesome one, and the one that I hope it won't come to, I've pulled some of the bodies into one of the rooms. It was it was too much coming across them every day. And, I can't really think of a better place to hide. God, that's fucked up. This is Hannah Ajrami, last surviving member of the Wretched, signing off.
What do I do when I get to the bottom of the cards? It's 2. Yeah. Yeah. True. Okay. So that is the 8 of spades. You didn't see the creature properly because you were hiding, but you heard it. What did it sound like? Pull from the tower. This is such a good mechanic because it's genuinely making me a little bit crazy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, okay. Oh, I read the wrong thing! Oh no, I didn't. Okay, then the Jack of Diamonds. You lose power throughout the ship, and while you're trying to fix it, the backup generator fails too. You manage to restore power, but you need to cannibalize parts from the backup generator, which will never work again. Pull from the tower, do not replace this block at the top of the tower, remove it from the game instead. Oh, don't replace it. Right. Okay. Yeah, so then I just do my log. Okay, so I lost the backup generator because I lost power and I was trying to fix it. And then I didn't see the creature properly because you were hiding, but you heard it. What did it sound like? Okay.
9, salvage ship of the Wretched. This is Flight Engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. This is Flight Engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. Not much progress today. Actually, opposite progress. The power completely failed. I managed somehow to get everything back online, but it means I lost the backup generator. Basically, that went down as soon as the power went out, and I had to pull it apart and cannibalize all the pieces to try to get everything back online. And while I was doing this, the creature got back on board. I guess when the power went down, so did some of the locking mechanisms, so I didn't see it, but I went and I was closest to the crew quarters, so I just hid under one of the beds. It doesn't really walk. It's more of just like a kind of rustling, maybe a tapping, but I could hear it breathing, so I knew. Honestly, I was maybe a little relieved. It's been 9 days and I am no closer to fixing this. In fact, I think I'm even further away than when I started. I can't give up, but if the creature, well, anyways, back to it tomorrow. This is Hannah Ajrami, last surviving member of the Wretched, signing off.
It's 5. That's the first odd number I've gotten. 4, 5. 2 of hearts. 2 of hearts. The water purification system still works, but it's noticeably less efficient. What does it feel like to drink water that smells faintly of ammonia? Great. 6 of spades. You find yourself muttering a short phrase over and over again like a catechism. What is it? Pull from the tower. Okay. Four of clubs. These are only emotionally devastating. I don't have to pull from the tower for these. Where did you hide while the rest of the crew were dying? Sick. Muttering to myself. The water purification. And then where did I hide? I thought that was the king. Okay. King of clubs. Queen of clubs. You spend the day clearing bodies out of a small room that you intend to hole up in if the creature gets aboard again. What was its purpose before this happened, and why were there so many people here when the creature came? Great. Pull from the tower. I don't have good options here. Ooh. Come on. Okay. 3 of clubs. You had to use someone else's ID to access an area of the ship normally forbidden to you. Whose ID was it, and what were you doing there? Okay, so I moved bodies. Where did I hide? ID card. 6 of spades. Oh, the phrase, and then water purification. Damn, okay.
Day 10, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer. Day 10, salvage ship the Wretched, flight engineer Hannah Ajrami reporting. Double digits now. I've decided I either have to double down or give up. And I'm doubling down. I've been avoiding the cafeteria for a while. They were doing dinner service when the creature came on board, and so I could imagine. But I need the area. I'm gonna start taking apart some of the equipment that I know aren't necessary to the life support functions. Start harvesting parts to fix these engines, or maybe the beacon. I need the space. It's also one of the best reinforced areas on the ship. So I went in. There's something to be said for, being right most of the time. I think this is where the rest of the bodies were. Good news is I don't think there's many left for me to find. Another good news, found the captain's body, so that means I have his key card, which was really helpful, actually. I keep finding myself while I'm working. I keep sort of, I don't want to say singing, just like muttering under my breath that it's on its way. And I'm not like conscious of it. Like, I don't think I'm thinking that. Or maybe I am. I don't know. It's not like I've been hydrating well lately since the water purification system has started going down. It's hard to keep up those 9 daily ounces when the taste of ammonia kind of lingers. But yeah, it's down to the wire now. This is either going to work or these will be my last transmissions. This is Hannah, last survivor of the Wretched, signing off. Four.
His thought was the king. 5 of spades. Something happened to the lights when the creature was near your hiding place. What was it? Pull from the tower. King of clubs. As you were passing the officer's mess, you tried to avert your eyes from the carnage inside, but you're sure you saw something move amongst the bodies of your crewmates. What do you think it was? Do not discard. Place it where you can see it. Jack of clubs. You gather together the bodies of the crew you were closest to and seal them in the remaining airlock, saying a few words of remembrance over their bodies, but you can't quite bring yourself to jettison them. What words do you say, and why is it so hard to send them out into space? Pull from the tower. Mm-hmm. Okay. 4 of spades. Down one of the long straight corridors between rooms on the ship, you follow gouges in the walls and floor left by the creature. Describe them and which part of its anatomy you think left those tracks behind. Pull from the tower. Great. I love pulling from the tower. You have to use reverse psychology so the universe thinks that you're serious. My hand is shaking so bad. Okay. So what did I? Okay, so I moved some bodies. Okay, so I passed the officer's mess and I saw something move among the bodies. I tried to have a funeral, but I couldn't do it. Something has happened to the lights and there's gouges in the floor. What do I think? What part of the anatomy? Okay.
Day 11, salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Hannah Hajrami reporting. I tried to have a funeral today because I figured if I was one of the dead ones, I'd want someone to have a funeral, maybe. So I grabbed Courtney and the captain and Mary's daughter's teddy bear and put them in the remaining airlock, but I put them in there and I started thinking, I know the creature doesn't really eat them, but I don't know. I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to be out there. It's my final resting place, you know. And there's still a chance, however slim, that I get out of here. I mean, I'd want to be buried, personally. So, I just left them there for now, which isn't great, but I had larger concerns. I think it's in the ship. I can't. I was trying to rationalize it. You know, none of the alarms have gone off, none of the airlocks have deployed. As far as I know, none of the locking mechanisms have failed, but I think it's on the ship. It's not so much that I can feel it anymore, it's that I can't not feel it. Just constantly. Even now, I feel like it's just looking over my shoulder. I was walking past the cafeteria. There's still some bodies left in there, and I could have sworn I saw something moving. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. I think any of this would make someone crazy. I've been drinking ammonia. I was deprived of oxygen. I haven't slept in 11 days, so maybe I'm just crazy. I was walking down the part of the ship that I don't usually go to where it first got in, and there are these scratches, these deep gouges in the metal on the walls and floor. I didn't see that it had claws, but then again, I haven't really gotten a good look, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, I keep hearing little rustles and movement and bangs in some of the air ducts, and well, now the lights don't work, except on the bridge. So I have a reusable, rechargeable flashlight that I've been carrying with me, but I don't know how long even that will last. So guess I better get comfortable with the dark. This is Hannah, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
3. We're getting down to it. 2 of spades. Today you felt like giving up. You couldn't summon any energy and your tasks weren't completed. Return any cards you haven't yet turned over to the deck and shuffle it. Great. Oh, and I need to pull from the tower. Of course. I always have to pull from the tower. No, it's this one. Great. Okay. Oh, I have to do my, yeah.
Day 12, salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer, Hannah, reporting. I think the bodies have started rotting. There's a smell that I just can't really... Well, I don't know how much more I can do. I don't have the skills for this. The systems are failing. The creature is... well, it's not giving up. Sometimes I feel like it would just be easier if I did. I don't know. I don't have much more to say. This is Hannah, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
6. I think that's the rest of the deck. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 6 of diamonds. The sewage silo springs a leak. It smells terrible, and you fix it as quickly as humanly possible. Pull from the tower. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna be because the alien killed me. I'm Sigourney Weaver, okay? Ace of Hearts. After days of trying, you have finally managed to repair your distress beacon and activate it. Pull from the tower. Why would you do that to me? Do not discard this card. Instead, put it to one side and place 10 tokens on it. At the end of each day, after recording your log, roll your die. On a result of 6, remove a token from the card. If you successfully remove all the tokens, someone responds to your beacon. Make a final pull from the tower. If the tower stands, you are rescued and the game ends. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't. So, okay, yeah, that's the last game. What do I do for that? The past few nights you have been dreaming about the creature, what happens in your dreams. If this is the 4th king you have drawn, the creature has gained access to the Wretched and has finally found you. The game is over. So what do I do for that? I think that's it. I don't think I get another audio log. I can record one though. Yeah, there's no script or anything. It just says... Haha, okay. I mean, it just says like... I mean, I can read this. Okay. You tried to repair the engine. You had hoped that it could be done. Everything you knew about the situation you were in told you it could be done. That was a lie. You have been telling a story during this game, but the story began before you drew your first card. The rules in this book are a story, and they were told to you by an unreliable narrator. The human capacity for hope and the desire to survive against all odds. There was never any hope of you repairing the ship. No matter how many tasks you completed, the engines were never going to fire again. The best you could do was to survive for long enough for help to come, and even that was unlikely. You were doomed from the start, and somewhere inside you, you knew this, even as you were desperately clinging on to hope. You may not have survived, but the log of your final days lives on. What becomes of it now? Will it be found by a salvage ship much like yours to serve as a warning for those who intend to brave the cold depths of space? Did you pass it on to your rescuers, a chronicle of what you went through? Or is it lost forever, adrift in the black where nobody will hear your words again? When you close this book, put down this game, what will become of all you have done here? And that's the Wretched. That was so much fun. So stressful. That was the most stressful game of Jenga I've ever played. But I did get killed by the creature, which was the only death I would have accepted. So, cool.
That was some crazy Jenga.
I know. I've never been good at Jenga. I think I just needed the motivation to be good at Jenga. I know I got the beacon removal right before the last king. But you know, it's the luck of the draw, literally. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be like scripts or something. But yeah, the teddy bear. Oh my god. Every time I got a club, I was like, okay, this is good because I don't have to do the Jenga tower, but it's gonna be like so emotionally devastating. I think I got all of the clubs. Yeah, I think so. I know. I've heard the first 3 kings really early, but I was able to put one back because of an ace. But yeah, dang, I just needed that ace of hearts. Because I noticed on the ace of diamonds, it was like when the distress beacon is active, a roll of 5 or 6 is sufficient to remove a token. And I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't get there. But this is a really fun game. Like, would play again, just like, I don't know, it's like solitaire. Like, you know, you can just kind of roll through it, even if you're not doing like full audio logs. Although that was like a really, I don't know, it was like, I think just like drawing the cards and reading what happened wouldn't have been as like impactful as like having to be like, huh, I want to die. But yeah, this was super cool. I mean, I'm a huge Alien fan.